so well with me and for all of us in the EU, and I hope also for the others in UNESCO. Lina is a very professional person. She's very knowledgeable, she's experienced, she's reliable, she's efficient. I don't have to continue because you all know her and you have appreciated her qualities. So she can go from very difficult, sensitive political matters like, let's pick one, Middle East, for instance, or negotiating an EU statement, which, believe me, is also a very sensitive matter in many instances. And then the next day, the next minute, you can find her in the office organizing the cleaning up of the archives, doing things which have been there forever, and she takes up and does very well as well. So really, thank you. Now she's going to Brussels. As I said, I will miss her a lot. But this is, let me tell you, her fourth life, I think, in terms of professional changes. Originally as a Swedish diplomat, she's been in a number of places, including in Africa. And one I always envied very much. She was the consul in Los Angeles. Can you believe? Hollywood is there. And she's also been already in Brussels, so it's not such a surprise. And actually, Brussels has improved a lot in the last, say, 15 years.
Kind of changed.
It's a very nice place. I lived there for 15 years myself. Now, so I have to say, you will do fine, but I also want to wish you that you combine your next career step with a very pleasant personal experience and life. And in French, I certainly voudrais te souhaiter tout ça, car tu le mérites, chère Lina, et pour tes grandes qualités personnelles que j'ai eu la chance d'apprécier. Je te souhaite vraiment bon vent.
Thank you very much, Francesca. I'm not sure that I deserve all those good words, but when it's one of your last days, I will actually just enjoy it. Thank you so much. For me personally, it's very sad with farewell receptions, because for me it feels like inviting people to come to a funeral when you say farewell, and when it's my farewell reception, I'm the one in the coffin. So it feels a little bit weird to stand here, but I came here in 2011, and back then I also had very mixed feelings about this, because Paris was my first posting when I started my career. So 20 years ago, in 1995, I was serving in Paris, but then it was in the OECD, and it was for the Swedish delegation. So, and when I came back in 2011 and walked into OECD, I was surprised because they talked about the same issues as back in the 1990s. It was like the role of the organization, how to solve the budget issues. So I was very pleased when Francesca came and decided to reorganize, and that I would do more UNESCO instead. So now I do 80% of my job is being related to UNESCO. And there are many very interesting discussions about the role of the organization and how to solve the budget issues. And I know that when people are leaving, you have all very long careers, you have heard many farewells, and the only thing that people retain from what people say when they leave is when they say something very personal about like why they have enjoyed this post or why they enjoyed working with this, or now when they look at it from a leaving point of view. And if I am trying to figure out why it was important for me to be here during these years, I would say that it comes back to when I was a little girl in the 1970s. Then I lived on the countryside in Sweden, very remote area, and there was nothing to do. There were only two things in the evenings, no internet in the 1970s. In the evenings at 8 o'clock there was the news, so then I could sit and watch TV at 8 o'clock, and I saw what happened in the world out there, conflicts everywhere, and in New York they tried to create peace, and important people were in New York doing UN. And the other fun thing was on Friday evenings when the rednecks on that countryside, they came and to race their cars on Friday evenings. In Swedish it's called raggare, but it's like a redneck with tattoos, piercings, and driving fast cars. So when my 3 older brothers asked me, I was 5 years old, remember, what do you want to become when you grow up? Of course I said, I want to be a redneck, drive a fast car. And they said, but you cannot do that. You're a girl. You will be a woman. You're not like us. Have you ever seen a woman drive a fast car like that? I had to admit, no, I hadn't. So they said, no, come on. What do you want to become when you grow up? I said, well, then I want to be Secretary General of the UN. And they said, come on. Have you ever seen a woman being Secretary General of the UN? And this was in the 1970s. And then, so the third time they asked, last try, what do you want to become when you grow up? I said, and I want to become a man. And the reason why I tell you this is not because I want to support Irina Bokova. I know there are many female good competitors that they talk about in media. It's just to illustrate that that was 40 years ago. And it was incredible then that we had never had a woman in that position. And now, 40 years later, I feel that maybe it might happen during my lifetime. And that's why this posting was good. It gave me hope. I've seen so many powerful, competent women in UNESCO. It feels like really, and also I see the need for role models. It's important that all the children that grow up today, that they see us as role models, and that they also feel that everyone has the same opportunities. It does not matter if you're a woman or a man, if you're gay or if you're straight, no matter what skin color you are, everyone should have the same opportunities and see role models and have this feeling that you can become whatever you want. And the first step in order to reach that is education. Everyone needs to have an education. I don't think many of us would stand here today unless we had an education. Not many people would know that this reception would take place if we couldn't read or write. So I think that is why I find UNESCO interesting and important. And I hope for those of you that stay here, continue having that as an objective. The same rights for everyone. Be good role models. Please make sure that 20 years from now, if anyone walks into this organization, that you don't still discuss the same issues. And then, so please stay in touch. If you use LinkedIn or other social media, then please add me, or I might see you in real life as well. And I thank you so much for your cooperation and your friendship during these 4 years. Thank you.